watching The 7 from WATE 6 on your side.
Good evening, I'm Don Hudson and welcome to The 7. Let's get a look at the big 7 stories right now, and topping the list, the weather. The Tennessee Department of Agriculture is restricting outdoor debris burning statewide today. According to department officials, gusty winds make it just too dangerous to start little fires out there. The Division of Forestry has suspended insurance of debris burn permits across Tennessee until conditions improve in an effort to prevent wildfires. Now, this comes as Sevier County Emergency Management put a high danger rating because of low humidity and the chances of high wind gusts. EMA shared these photos on Twitter, and you can see charts explaining how much of a danger there is right now. So let's toss things over to Chief Meteorologist Ken Weathers for what we can expect to see here in the coming days.
Yeah, Don, we talked about these winds are starting to increase as we get closer and closer to sunset, and that is going to be the case. We also mentioned there's a low-end threat. We could see some isolated damaging wind gusts from some of these. Storms Prediction Center still has Knoxville westward under that level 1 out of 5 risk, but honestly, I'm not overly concerned with that. We've not seen any warnings as the systems move through Middle Tennessee, and it will continue to weaken as it comes into this dry air mass that we have in place. That said, there could still be some gusty winds even without rain. In fact, we've seen that. Sustained winds of almost 30 miles per hour now in Jamestown. The dark blue you see over the higher peaks of the Smokies, those are winds sustained that are 30 miles per hour and higher, and that's going to stay with us right into the early morning hours on Wednesday as well. Wind advisory above 4,000 feet means winds sustained 20 to 30, but could be gusting to 50 miles per hour or higher at times. I'll talk about when this rain arrives and who has the best chance to see accumulating rainfall coming up in a minute, Don.
All right, Ken, thank you. And continuing our Big 7 list, we're picking up where we left off during our 6 o'clock newscast. Just a little bit ago, we told you about Knoxville Police Department's new district layout, which effectively divides the city into 3 parts: east, west, and central. It's the central district that has caused some excitement. 6 on your side reporter Paige Weeks joins us with more. Paige, what is the fuss all about?
Don, the Central District now encompasses South Knoxville, more specifically downtown Knoxville, the Old City, and Fort Sanders. It's an area that some believe may have been overlooked during the 2-district setup. According to Police Chief Paul Noel, with South Knoxville getting its own district, residents and officers will be able to build stronger relationships and battle crime. It's a goal at least one South Knoxville resident hopes to see achieved.
I think if they're here for the right reason, that would be great. More community involvement and just getting it out there that, police could be a good thing.
We have a map of the new district layout as well as more information about how this 3-district system will work right now on WATE.com. Reporting in Knoxville, Paige Weeks, WATE 6 on your side. Dawn.
All right, Paige, thank you. Next on the Big 7 at 7, an independent Tennessee governor candidate from Knoxville was arrested yesterday at a voting site down in Chattanooga. According to Chattanooga police, Charles Van Morgan was charged with resisting arrest, disorderly conduct, and intimidation of voters. The affidavit says that Van Morgan was yelling and cursing at people as they went in to vote. Officers say they also found a handgun on him. We should note this is not the first controversy that Van Morgan has been involved in. Back in 2012, he was fired from the Tennessee Highway Patrol for apparently driving past a deadly wreck. All right, next on our list, Tennessee's children are doing worse in math and reading compared to before the pandemic. Now, here are the results from a nation's report card today. The Tennessee graph right here, these graphs are drops ranging from 4 to 8 points in every category since 2019. Nearly all states reported decreases, so we're not alone, but that doesn't mean it's not bad. Tennessee's education commissioner said today the agency has already launched plans to help with learning loss during the pandemic.
Over the next year, the state will be implementing a completely new way of funding K-12 education. And that will include $1 billion new of recurring funding that will go into K-12 education moving forward. And that's something that obviously will be coming online over the next year. I think that investment and that new formula has a lot of promise in helping to add additional resources and additional focus on the students who need the most support.
He goes on to say that formula will double the investment in economically disadvantaged students at high needs school, which the NAEP assessment shows is very much needed right now. All right, next on the Big Seven, several East Tennessee elementary school students went home with new winter coats today, all part of the Tennessee First Ladies Initiative, Tennessee Serves, and her partnership with Operation Warm. Scott and Morgan counties are two of the top 5 distressed counties in Tennessee, with a poverty rate right around 22%, according to Tennessee.gov. Today, between Oneida Elementary and Huntsville Elementary School, 700 kids received new coats.
Of course, the weather is getting cooler. Students have needs. We've already seen a lot of students in our district who have needs that we have to meet, whether it is school supplies. So this is something different that provides a basic need for all students.
Now, they say it's a gift that those with the school district say they really appreciate. So do the kids who get to take their new jackets home.
We heard that First Lady's going to give us jackets. And I think it's really nice of her because, I mean, some kids, don't have jackets. And this way they can keep warm and they don't have to, get frostbite or anything during winter.
All right, next on our list, the burn warning that we have been discussing earlier became all too real in Cumberland County. The Phillips Circle fire has been burning since Sunday afternoon. It has spread 149 acres. The fire is located near the Shea community and north of Stony Creek Road. So far, it's about 75% contained. This comes after crews conducted strategic backfiring operations overnight to really remove the fuel in advance of the wildfire. We're told crews continue to strengthen control lines and they monitor fire perimeters. Rounding out the Big Seven, Halloween, we all know it's right around the corner, right? And spooky season means lots of spooky treats for adults and kids alike. But before we dig into some candy or go on some haunted adventures, there's a few things that we can and should do to make things a little bit safer.
The first thing that I always say in any type of safety issue is there's safety in numbers. So instead of 1 or 2 kids going out, get a big group of them. Parents go with. Really keep an eye out on what's going on, the traffic around you. Go to the homes that are lit. You know, they've got their light on. They're saying, come on, I've got candy. Go for those homes.
Yeah, some other useful tips include having a flashlight handy to help drivers see when the group's walking along, especially when you're crossing or over a road. Make sure there's no home-baked goods from any strangers and make sure nothing has come out of its wrapping. If so, you probably just want to go ahead and toss it.